Hey guys, this is Card here, and today I'm here with a restriction list update. Uh, right now, for June 3rd, there are 2 cards that are going to be on the restriction list, and there's 5 cards on the watch list right now. So the cards on the watch list are cards that Bushiroad are considering to put on the restriction list if things keep going out of hand, and yeah, mostly cards that are really powerful, but um, aren't really game breaking in their opinion, so not going to touch them for now. But there are 2 cards that have hit the restriction list, and it'll be in effect on June 3rd. So yeah, let's talk about it first. On the screen should have the cards that I'm talking about right now. There's the stand trigger from Angel Feather, Doctroid Refros, and the stand trigger from Neonectar, known as Cosmos Pixie Elizabeth. And I'll talk about the cards on the watch list later. But let's talk about Noctroid Refros first. So with the support from the next booster set coming out, Angel Feathers are going to get buffed. And right now, if you guys didn't know, no seal decks are topping left and right, and they're extremely consistent decks. So it's definitely nice for them to put Dr. Ruffles onto the list. Dr. Ruffles is a very good way for Angel Feather to refresh their counterblast, as well as gaining power and stuff, combined with things like Nurse of Broken Heart, and it gives you more options since Angel Feather uses their damage as their toolbox. Dr. Ruffles gives you a chance to put some useless cards back into your deck and give you a chance to have more useful things to play around with. So it's definitely a very, very useful card. And if you're lucky and you hit into another Dr. Refros, either from the draw it gives you or if you put in the damage zone with its own effect, then you can just continue using the effect if you have more cards to play around with in your damage zone. So you can loop it a couple of times if you're lucky, and it's definitely very powerful combined with other cards from the Angel for the set. So I can see why this card will have to get restricted. The next thing that is on the restriction list is Cosmos Pixie Elizabeth, and this card it's restricted because of the new list that it's in, and I'll put the list up on the screen. But with this, sorry, crap, my voice cracked. But with this list, the deck can do an infinite power loop. So basically, you can give your Vanguard infinite power, since um, you can just keep on doing it over and over again, and yeah, you'll have an infinite amount of power. So obviously, that's pretty OP. I'm not going to explain how the combo works. You can probably find that online, but this is the reason why Bushiroad has to nerf the deck, because if you can have infinite power, then there's only very few ways that you can protect yourself. And actually, no, there's only one way you can protect yourself. Either you use a perfect guard, or you take the hit, because it's literally infinite power. Basically, you just keep using the effect until you tell your opponent, okay, my Vanguard, it has infinite power, so I'm just gonna keep looping until you scoop, or basically your opponent has the idea, okay, you have infinite power, cool. So it's definitely not something that Bushiroad intended for you to do, so that's probably why it's on the ban list. Infinite power is always not cool. So yeah. All right, so let's talk about the cards on the watch list. We have Regali. We have the Synchro Guard Regali, and he's on the list obviously because Royal Paladins is another really consistent deck, and combined with Benin and other stuff, you just hit for really big numbers, or pretty decent numbers, while gaining a lot of advantage too. So I guess I can see why they would want to try to nerf this card. This card was on the list, was on the watch list before, back when Sword was still a thing. So I guess him being back on the list is very not surprising, especially with all the blaster engine stuff going around, the shenanigans. So next, let's talk about Tidal Assault. Tidal Assault is on the list. Aquaforce has always been a deck that has been topping, and but in my opinion, I don't think Tidal Assault should get banned. It's been around for so long now, and I don't know. It feels like with the new stuff coming out next set for Kagero, it feels like the G Sentinel they have will hard counter Tidal Assault. We'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty sure Aquaforce will still be do quite well with the new Kagero stuff. So we'll have to see. Besides, Aquaforce has not. It's a strong deck, but it's not the most seen thing in the current meta. It's not like super up there, so I don't see why they should hit this deck or hit Tidal Assault. Next, we have Commander Laurel. Commander Laurel is definitely something to worry about with the new set coming out, especially with the new Gallop Stride. The Gallop Stride gives you 4 drive checks if you can successfully use the skill, and I don't think it's going to be that hard. So getting 8 drive checks in one turn is kind of ridiculous. So I can see why Commander Laurel will be nerfed, and I don't know. I feel like hitting Laurel to 2 is fine. He's one of the cards that I think should be on the list, but we'll see how the game is when the set actually comes out. Because on paper it sounds really good, but then again, 8 drive checks might make you deck out really fast. So we don't know. Might be a double-edged sword. All right, next let's look at Nurse of Broken Heart. Nurse of Broken Heart is on here because of the Angel Feather topping. I can understand why people would want her to get nerfed, but since they already nerfed Refros, I don't think they're gonna put 2 cards on the list for Angel Feather that fast. It might nerf the deck a bit too hard, but then with the rescue support coming out in the new set, it might be it might buff the deck a lot, and we'll see. But I don't think Broken Heart should be on the list. The only thing that really should be on the list is Regali and Commander Laurel, if anything, out of the stuff in the watch list. So, yeah. And last but not least, we have to talk about TikTok Worker. Again, I don't think this card should be on the list, but it does allow for Gear Chronicle players to get a lot of attacks in with the time leap and whatnot. So, yeah, but I don't think he's game breaking, so I don't think he should be on the list. So yeah, the only thing that I really think should get restricted is Regali. Maybe Regali at 1. I don't think he should get banned, but I don't know. Most of the time, players are gonna Chain Card players are probably gonna use it once or twice. So I guess hitting them to once is making the deck more restricted, so it's fine. And Commander Laurel at 4 right now, it makes it a bit too consistent, but again, it's it's kind of hard to explain, but it's we'll really have to see until the set drops. If there's too many dimensional police that topping, then that might be it might be a wise idea to hit him 2, probably 2. 1 might be overkill, but 2 is fine in my opinion. Like when Laurel got hit to 1 before, Dimensional Police was not doing too well in the Japanese game, so nobody really used it that much. And I think hitting it to 2 is a right amount. Again, this is all my opinion, so you can feel free to disagree with it, but yeah, it's just my own take on the current list. So you guys can feel free to discuss among yourselves downstairs in the comment section. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to address the list because it's pretty interesting. That 2 stand triggers got restricted of all things. It's pretty interesting, but I guess the Neo Nectar one had it coming because having infinite loops is always not a good idea. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!